Can y'all tell I don't know what I'm doing? I hope so. So I guess I'm live. We live, baby. We live. Yeah, I just wanted to talk to y'all a little bit. I ain't had nothing else to do. So I figured I might as well talk to y'all. Good evening, everybody. I want to talk about dating a little bit, right? And all that fun stuff. Shout out to my man Sherman Demand, my homie out in Chicago. He typed something in my comments the other day because I had posted a post about. I told a young lady we was out. I told her, "Listen, babe, I've been divorced twice, which means I gave away half my money 2 times. I'm gonna need you to pick up the check, right?" And when I posted it, I was just joking because I'd be kicking, even though I'd be thinking like that. But Sherm typed "Drzzle Drizzle" in the comments, and it was like "Drzzle Drizzle." What is this "Drzzle Drizzle" thing, right? So I started doing research, and I guess it's men holding women to the same standards, basically, that they hold us to. When they tell us things like, "Well, I gotta have a man that's 6 feet tall, makes 6 figures, and got a 6-pack ab," and all that stuff, and we holding them to the same standard, and they is on a whole nother level. But anyway, I want to do some more research on that. Anybody can give me some links about some of this Drzzle Drizzle stuff or some of the videos, or want to chime in, by all means do. But I had an interesting situation, right? Because, like I said, dating at 52 is definitely an adventure. So I went out. I met a young lady when we were talking. We actually didn't go out. Ooh, excuse me. And she got upset with me, apparently because she said something to the effect of, "I want what I want when I want it." She said, "I want what I want when I want it." Okay. My response to her was, "Well, that's immature." And let's just say the conversation didn't go well after that, right? But it was interesting because I found myself, right, having a conversation with her, and as I was talking to her, it made me realize like the different level of patience that I have at this stage in my life than I had when I was younger. Young men, pay attention, because really, if I'd have learned this game when I was younger, I wouldn't have had nearly the some of the heartache and pain I had over the years, right? But she was just talking and going on and on about her dream, and she want to buy this big house and all this stuff. And I'm like, "Well, wait, you live in a townhouse now that's like 3 bedrooms, whatever, and you live by yourself. You have a teenager that's 16 and another teenager that's actually gone out of the house. So why do you want this big house, right?" And to me, it didn't make sense. She kept saying things, "Well, it's my dream. It's my dream." And I've always had this, my dream. I'm thinking to myself, 52, a big house. I did that. Do I want to be cutting grass, be responsible? I'm like, why we can't just get a fly condominium and pay some HOA fees or something and let somebody else do all that? If, at this stage in life, why would I want to take on the amount of debt? Like, it didn't make any logical sense. And then what was crazy was the fact that she yeah, she didn't have any logical reasoning behind it. It was just, "It's been my dream. It's what I want to do. Is I want I But what really rang out was she said, "I want what I want when I want it." And I was like, "What are you, like 15? I want what I want when I want it." Who you talking to? Like, who even says that as a grown adult? I mean, we all want what we want when we want it, but unfortunately, the world don't work like that. And most of the people, no, I won't say most, because words are important, so I really do my best to use correct words. But I can safely say a lot of people that wanted what they wanted exactly when they wanted it are locked up in prison now because they acted accordingly. So to say I want a female to tell me I want what I want when I want it, I just met her. We just started kicking. I'm just talking to her, a little bit. We haven't even gone out or anything. So for me, huge red flag. Because I'm like, you want what you want when you want it. I'm not the one gonna give you what you want when you want it. That's just not realistic. Nope. That's just not how life goes, you know. And I think I might have also been perturbed because she refers to herself as a boss chick. And y'all already know I am with this boss chick stuff. Maybe you don't. Let me explain. The whole boss chick concept is cool. And I respect women that work and do that. And if that's what you choose to do and you want to make this money and be this boss chick, it's fine. But many times they have them taking on a masculine type energy, right? And in her case, it didn't necessarily take on the masculine type energy as much as her job is so stressful that she's stressed out at the job all day, right? But then after work, she wanna talk to me about the stress she had at the job all day, which is like reliving the stress, and it's making me stressful. And I just left the office too. I'm trying to kick it to not think about that stuff. And she was just going on and on and on and on and on. And I told her she should listen to Side Guru. I sent her a link to Side Guru. That's my man. I'll put the link in the comments when I get done. But to have that much anxiety, how you gonna be at a job all day? Let them stress you while you at the job all day where they pay you. But you gonna leave the job and go home and stress about the job that didn't pay you enough while you was there. You might be a fool, but I'm not about to let you stress me out about your job when I got my own stresses. Cut it out. When we come together, I mean, it's okay to have a discussion if there's something that's going on. We want to talk, and that's cool. But when it starts going on and on and on and a drain of energy, that's unhealthy. And I don't know. When I was younger, I might have been like, cool, because at the end of the day, I was just trying to get, you know what I mean? You know. So you take on all that. You're like, yeah, baby, yeah, you yes, man, whatever. Whatever. It's interesting when you're younger because, man, I'm telling you, game was real, but my motivations was different at this age, in this stage in life. It really is about companionship and peace and cooperation, and the boss chick or boss lady or whatever they would call themselves, this new, I don't know what it is, that decides that they want to go into the career world, and do that thing, that's fine. That's cool. But where I am, I don't want the job I got. I don't want the job you got. I don't want to talk about no job. I don't even want to talk about the job when I'm at the job. So when I leave the job, I definitely don't want to talk about somebody else's job. And if that's all we have in common, that's all that it is to you, we really ain't gonna work out. And then just say things like, well, you cut me off. Yeah, I'm cutting you off because I don't want to hear it. You've been rambling for 7, 8, 10, 12 minutes about the job. You let them stress you out for 8 hours on the job. But you want to come here and stress me out about your job. No, not going to happen. So, and I'm just real curious is because, I was thinking about what they call him, the Godfather, Kevin Samuel. And it's really unfortunate, he passed. Rest in peace. Because I think a lot of the message that he was given was helpful. But I think sometimes in his delivery, it was a problem. When I would watch Kevin, and let me tell you, we all fall short, especially when we're with the homies. We have references, we kick it, and we talk, hey man, that this and that, we watch the band, old girl, we may say things amongst the fellas, right? But it was interesting because when I would watch him online and he would straight kind of call a woman out of her name, so to speak. To me, if you're going to be on that level that you own or that you're achieving and have that type of platform, you have to refrain yourself and have to be more tactful. When you get to the point where a woman has got you to the point where you're calling her out of her name, I think as men, if we're called to lead, then that's not the way to go, is to get Even if she called you out your name, we're supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Um, and it sets a bad precedent a lot of times for the younger generation. You know, if you calling women out the name with a platform like what you have, um, and that was only a little at a time. You would have your moments, but I think a lot of the stuff that you were actually saying was interesting. Like you would have women talking about settling and how they settling. They're not gonna settle. And it was, and you would just explain to them, and I love this because it's like, how you settling for, you make $50,000 a year, you marry somebody else that make $50,000 a year. How is that settling? I'm trying to understand. How is that settling? You know, the fact of the matter is that most people in America make $50,000-$60,000 a year. That's generous, and black people is typically a little bit less on average. So if your dating demands is, oh, I'm gonna date, you gotta have six figures, you gotta make, six figures and be 6 feet tall and all that, you just excluded yourself to just like 2-3% generously of all men, especially if your dating pool is black men. You really, and then you say all these men ain't nothing. No, it's not so much that. It's just that maybe you need to expand your horizons and be a little bit more realistic, because a lot of y'all dating the same dude and don't even know it, and then you say he ain't no good. But when, man, that you're at him because you're so focused on what he have, and that element, and stuff that shouldn't really necessarily matter. This generation, that stuff really matters. But I think this Facebook and Instagram and internet has made it seem like everybody just getting money, and it's just like nothing to get money. Everybody's life is perfect, and you hear this stuff and you get online and see this craziness on the reality shows, and y'all think that this is what true life is supposed to be, and it's not. Relationships are hard. They take work. They don't, trust me, I have ruined and did my part of ruining too. So this notion that I get what I want when I want it, for somebody to say that to me, and I'm considering dating them, that really threw me off. I immediately asked her, I mean, do you do yoga? Like, do you go to the gym? Because you need a release. I wanted to say, what you really need. Never mind. That's showing this. You know what? That's really shallow. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. But however, I definitely don't want them problems, because when you get mixed up with that energy, and like, let's say we do get intimate and start doing all that, man, this is what I'm dealing with. You got to pay attention to what's going on in the beginning. She's fine too. Okay. Absolutely. She's fine. But my younger me would have been focused on that. Man, she fine. Look at her. Ooh, man, listen, I ain't even listening to what she talking about. Whatever. Man, listen, I got to find out. I at least got to ask her about it. She gonna have to tell me no, because I'm gonna ask her in a gentlemanly way, of course. But that was the younger me. The older me is really looking at the substance of what's really going on, and I don't want the headache. And it's interesting because now it's like the older me, and I'm not even gonna go there right now. We're gonna get on a whole nother conversation about older men dating younger women. That's a whole nother thing. But y'all going after these six-figure men. They gotta have this, they gotta have that, they gotta have 3 homes and a summer home and a yacht and all this stuff. Ain't nobody living like that. That's 10% of the population that makes that sort of money. What is it, like 1-2% that makes $500,000 or better? So where are these men? Just think about what you're saying. If that is what you're waiting for, you're gonna be one lonely individual, because the men that you're waiting for, they're not there. They don't exist in the numbers that are needed to satisfy all this foolishness I'm seeing. Everyone, y'all want 6 figures. It's very few men that make the type of money I make, or people. I'm just saying, y'all don't have to like it. It is what it is. I might jack it all off, but I know how to make it, and I have done so for a while. So why would I settle? Why am I gonna let you stress me out? And dude, I want when I get off work, I don't want to talk about work. I want to talk about having this fun. Let's go kick. Let's go eat some food. Let's go dinner. Let's go walk on. Let's do something, but let's not talk about work. I didn't want to talk about work at work, but they pay me to do it, so I figure. But this boss chick stuff, and you gotta have 6 figures. I don't even, man, get out of here. And men, we so simple. When you ask men the same question, well, do your woman have to make 6 figures and all that? I guess that's what the drizzle drizzle thing is now, because now we paired in that and holding them to that standard. When in reality, men, we don't really care what you make, because y'all ain't giving us none of your money most of the time, no way. Unless you know what I'm saying, pop your collar, you got another skill setting you into that sort of thing. Shout out Bishop Don Magic Wand and Minister Seymour, West Side Chi-Town. That's where I'm from. But man, if we held you guys to the same standard that you try to hold us to, it would be ridiculous. And it's quite honestly, you ain't gonna give me no stroke trying to date you. I'm not trying to impress nobody. Only person I'm still trying to impress is my mama, because I'm thankful she is still here. Okay. My sons is 5 and 7 years old. They easy to impress. I bought a mug with their initial on it, just K and K, Kingston and Cotton. They were so impressed. They, oh yeah, I keep it with me all the time on my desk. They easy. So why would I bring on a whole headache at this stage? I mean, we got to be more realistic about this whole dating world. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to get my my chat going here. Yeah, we got to get more realistic about this whole dating world and what's really going on, because everybody's miserable. You look online, everybody's so they put this portrait on as if they're so happy. I think this is one of the most sad times of humanity, and it's terrible because it's one of the most technology filled time. We should be using that technology to make life better, but it's now we in a decade of self. That we've taken technology to make it about self. We don't communicate anymore. You go, I remember I was really involved with my daughter's rave in school, and this was years ago. She didn't graduate from college now. Okay, we would take them out to like pizza parties after their basketball game and things like that, and all the girls would be in there on their phone talking to people that ain't there. We don't socialize and communicate. We're not a community anymore. We're so into what else? What else? And there's nothing wrong with it, with expanding, but if you lose the point of communication and camaraderie amongst one another, that's the whole point. We are here to, coexist, and we used to take pictures. That's how sick we are as society. We used to take pictures to commemorate memories with one another. My homie, my girl, my cousins, we all get together, we take pictures, and now we go in the bathroom and take a picture ourselves and post it on the internet like we really think people are supposed to care that I'm in the bathroom in the mirror taking a picture. How ridiculous. I'm being ridiculous too. Now, maybe some of those are beverage infused pictures, I'm quite sure. Nonetheless, it's still ridiculous. It's scary for like my 5-year-old and my 7-year-old. Like, my goodness, if society is this and the way we communicate, texting, people hide behind text. We ain't gonna be talking about the typers on what you call it, the Twitter fingers and the thumb pirates and keyboard pirates online that have so much energy and so much vibrato through their fingertips. It ain't gonna bust a grape with a sledgehammer. Nothing. Ain't gonna throw rice at a Chinese wedding. Was that racist? I hope not, because I'm not a racist. But I come from a place where, and I'm a comedian too. So, but I come from a place where we didn't take offense to everything. Stop looking to be offended at everything, because if you're looking to be offended, you always will be. Right? But ladies, man, y'all better quit playing. Y'all better go get y'all somebody that's hard working and want to have fun on weekends and want to be a good father, and they make $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. You get a man that makes $70,000, $75,000, you better cherish that man. What you playing with? My wife, man, listen, my ex-wife, I really worked hard to make it so that she didn't have to work. There were times when she didn't work and she didn't have to work. My first wife, not so much because I was young and very immature. But when you're a man, you know, if your wife wake up and decides she's not going to work ever again in life, you're supposed to step up and handle the business. That's what it is. And what's happening is a lot of these boss chicks, they doing this, they getting these careers, they coming out of college, they not focused on family. Oh, they want to wait to have a baby. Now they 30, 35, now the clock ticking. Now you stressing. Now you stressing somebody else because you got to get this done because, you know what I'm saying? It sets a whole nother level up versus being cool, being realistic. You know what I'm saying? Maybe starting a family in a reasonable amount of time. I see so many people, and I'm not going to say who they are, but I see they go through college, they find there's a certain group of people that in college, they find a mate, their husband, or they get out, they marry them. 23, 24, 25, they marry. 26, 27, 28, 29, they got their 2-3 kids. Okay? Degree, kids, house, credit, things in order. When I don't know, it seemed like a lot of my sisters, they boss chicks, they 30, 35, and now they, well, I want to, get my career in order first. And then what happens is you left with just that, nothing but your career. You didn't explore the path. Now, some people, that's what they want to do. Don't get me wrong. I'm not here to say that a woman's place and all that stuff. But I'm saying is a lot of times women get these images in their heads. And even some of their mentors guide them this way. And then the next thing you know, they realize it's like, wow, I got a whole career, I make money. And I got this big house and nobody in it. So what type of dream was that? Your dream can become your nightmare easily. Like for real. Y'all better calm down talking about you settling. How you settling? And you make $17 an hour. And somebody come along and want to kick it with you, you know what I'm saying? They make $23 an hour. How you selling? Ain't he selling? Or she? Stop. That's not the way you think, because two people can always live less expensive than one, and two people working together ain't nothing, man. There's very few things more powerful than two people truly working together. But when you're in competition with your mate, and I make this, our boss chick, and my man gotta have this. Why your man gotta have that? Why? Clearly it's not working, because 50% of marriages are ending in divorce because of these standards that we're putting on ourselves. So whatever we're doing ain't working. I think people need to get back to Beaver Cleaver days. Well, now that, and I don't mean that in the sense of the mother stayed home and raised the kids, but the point is, if she decide to, as a man, guess what? If you're married and she started out boss chick and she decided, I don't want to be boss chick no more, I just kind of want to paint. I'm gonna give me a paint studio. I'm gonna be downstairs painting. You go to work. You, as a man, you supposed to stand up. Hey man, my wife a visual artist now, and that's what it is. Hopefully she can sell some paintings on the side. But as men, that's what we do. We stand up. We don't fall for that boss chick stuff. And if you sitting around letting your boss chick take care of you, like I said, hey man, if that's your skill set and that's what you're doing, man, hey, I ain't gonna knock your hustle if that's what you're doing. Ladies, y'all just better peep game. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you're not ambitious enough and to get up and get it as a man, that's pretty lousy, especially if you have children and the example that you're setting. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a man that knows how to be a man, that gets up and goes to any job every day, that's honorable and does it with respect and integrity, because God will bless that. God will bless the wrong thing if you're doing something. Because faith without actions is dead, right? Well, you have to put the work in with the faith. So I can't tell you how many times that I've just had the faith, right? Don't know what I'm doing, but I stay prayed up. And rather than just not doing anything, I do something to put the work in the action part. Do some sort of research, do something toward it, because faith and actions work together. So if you got a man and he working off those type of principles, work together. Have faith in one another. You can get there, man. Y'all could achieve amazing things, man. But now we just bounce from place to place. Divorce ain't nothing. Divorce is like something to do. Just like marriages is something to do. I man, listen. We're gonna do a deep study on the word commitment. Okay. Because when you commit it, that's what we don't have these days. We don't have commitment like Big Mama and them had. You know, we aren't committed. It was just a lot of these marriages was just something to do that day. I'm guilty of a lot of the things that I discuss, which is why I'm here to so people can peep game. I ain't talking down to you. I'm actually, unfortunately, speaking out of experience with a lot of stuff that I'm talking about. It's just my 2 cents. So chime in, comment, ladies. Stop playing, talking about somebody got to make 6 figures to be with you, and you work at McDonald's or you work in an office in an administrative position or RN or RNs make money. I don't know. Shout out to my sister Wendy. But like I said, the whole point of the thing is work together, be realistic, get back to the quality of this person adds to your life. You know what I'm saying? Get back to, is this person going to bring me peace when I'm at home and tranquility? Because you ain't nothing worse than, only thing worse than a bad marriage is a bad business bad partnership, business partnership. Because a marriage is bad, but that partnership mess up your heart and your money. But they neck and neck. And men, I'm gonna tell you, and not even men, people in general, the quickest way to be a failure is to pick the wrong mate. That's one of the quickest ways to be a failure. I thank God that I had real mentors that didn't let me fall for that, and kept me on my toes and kicked me in my butt when I was drifting. Shout out Tom Hervis, one of my mentors. Interesting individual. He used to say, you know what I'm saying? GID, get it done. TIC, talk is cheap. That was his specialty. Talk is cheap. And when I tell you, man, listen, got it. So I had a different level of understanding. I'm glad that I had access to understanding things so that you don't fall for this crap. You can't fall for the okie doke, man. You got to stay grounded in yourself and know who you are, and don't let no woman stress you into doing a bunch of stuff for her. Don't be no simp, dude. I'm seeing a lot of that right now. People simping because they are hungry for companionship and camaraderie, because we're in this selfie, me, my, I time in life. So the things people are doing for just to feel love and to feel a connection, just log off. Log off. Go back to, can we at least get back to Netflix and chill? Like something? Because the way we're going now, young folks, they don't even date and want to kick it. They just be in the house watching dirty movies and making sweet love to themselves. That's what they do now. They don't even be bothered with. We have to start being bothered with one another again. We have to start being bothered. And unfortunately, at 52, I kind of don't want to be bothered. So I'm really speaking more to the young folks, because once you get old, like I am, I mean, I'm not old, but once you get older and you start seeing things a certain way, it's hard to reprogram yourself. It really is. So I'm just a different, breed. So, that's my 2 cents for the day. I'm just chiming in, trying to get the people to peep game. XM Satellite Radio Show on XM 142 weekly. We start our new season soon. The WindyCityWord.com. Chime in, check out my podcast, the Peep Game Podcast. The Peep Game Show on all the platforms, I believe, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. You know, stay in tune with me. I mean, I don't know where I'm going with this thing. I just know that I got a lot to say, and I'm going to say it because I can. I want to get into why I moved to California. Just so many things that I want to talk about. And at some point, when I remember I told you faith without works, this is testament to it, because I stopped trying to figure it out and try to make it perfect. I got my little camera, my little light up, whatever. I'm coming after work, I might want to leave the office. And I just start. You have to just get started. Start where you are. You know? Start where you are. I've had the privilege of Chris Gardner from The Pursuit of Happiness. Shout out CG, one of my friends, one of my good friends. His dad, I'll never forget, he slid up in his drop top Bentley or whatever he was driving that day. One of the hardest working men I know. Brilliant. And he just said, hey, it ain't gonna just happen. You got to make it happen. And that stuck with me. It ain't gonna just happen. And what he was saying, you got to put the work into what you're doing. You got to have substance. This new generation, I love the thematic premise that y'all are working with, because the new generation, they want to do the least amount of work and make the most money. Now, I really can't be mad at that. Makes sense to me, but you still got to have substance with what you're doing. You still got to have discipline with what you're doing. You still got to have some skill set to achieve certain milestones. Yeah, some people get lucky. Cool. But I'd rather be lucky than smart. Right now, yeah. But everybody's not going to be lucky. You got to put the work in. So once again, that's my 2 cents for today. Who knows what I'll be talking about tomorrow. If I was rambling, so is my page. I can ramble if I want to. I might get on here not making no sense. But this is what God told me to do, and I'm talking to the people. I enjoy talking to the people because I got something to say. You don't like it, don't come over here. I won't know no way. Whatever. But if you do support, let me know some of the things you want to talk about. Let me know how you feel about what I'm saying. Let me know about how you feel about what I'm saying. Sometimes I speak too fast. I have to slow down and talk, especially if I'm going live, and make sure that you can understand what I'm saying. Young people, stay strong. I think you guys have some of the most fire in a generation that I've seen. I just think that some of the social media and some of the things that's going on has you guys misdirected. But if we could get that fire directed in the right direction and backgrounded in love and understanding one another, man, we go so much further. We go so much further. So peace, love, and everything. The Peep Game Show, signing off.